a destination wedding. I absolutely loved it. It was beautiful, personal, meaningful in all the ways that matter. But if I could go back and do it differently, I think I would. Not because I didn't love it, but because I didn't know what I didn't know. And what I didn't know is that there were other options, a better option, and one where I wouldn't be scrambling to figure out where guests would stay, one where I wouldn't be coordinating shuttle vans and dinner reservations and food allergies, one where the entire experience, start to finish, was built to support me, my guests, and the kind of celebration I wanted. And I didn't figure that out until years later, after I got married, after I started working with couples, and after I stepped foot into an all-inclusive resort in Mexico, and everything just clicked. Hi, I'm Megan. I'm a destination wedding travel advisor and the founder of Escape Key Travel Co. And today I want to tell you why I only work with all-inclusive resorts now. This is part story time, part expert advice, and it's all from the heart because I want to be honest, this is personal for me and for every couple I work with. So let's go back. I had a destination wedding in Hawaii. It was absolutely gorgeous. We had the ocean, the palm trees. I could smell the plumeria. I got to marry the most important person in the world in the most beautiful places on earth. But it was also really hard. It was really hard because a lot of the people we loved couldn't come. It just wasn't accessible. Flights were expensive from the East Coast, hotels, meals, activities, rental cars, everything added up. And even though we wanted to celebrate with everyone, we just felt immediately that was out of reach for a lot of our guests. I didn't realize it at the time, but I was also taking on the responsibility of planning a guest experience from scratch. Like, where would we all stay? Do we all need to rent a car? How many cars? Should I arrange group dinners? What if someone has a gluten allergy? What if someone doesn't eat seafood? What if someone just wants to relax while everyone else goes ziplining? I remember trying to plan one group outing and just thinking, this is too much. I want to enjoy my wedding, not build an entire vacation itinerary for 40 people. And I didn't even know there was another option. I didn't know what was possible. It wasn't until years later, after I got married, that I walked into an all-inclusive resort in Mexico for the first time. And I remember watching guests walk out of the Cancun airport into their private transfer van, greeted with cold water bottles and smiling drivers. They're honestly the nicest people. I remember seeing them pull up to the resort entrance and being welcomed with a cold washcloth, a glass of champagne, and a lobby that smells like sandalwood and something like a little citrusy that I still can't quite put my finger on. It felt like arriving at a retreat, the kind of place where your only job is to exhale. Guests walked into their rooms, they found their plush robes hanging in the closet, their mini fridge was stocked with all their favorites, they had 24-hour room service, the beds were cloud soft, the AC was cranked just enough, and every staff member, they greeted you with their hand over their heart, not because they were told to, but because it came from the heart. And that's how it is in Mexico. And that's why I fell in love with planning weddings here. And as I kept working with more and more couples, I started to realize something. These all-inclusive resorts weren't just they're not just beautiful. They're practical. They were smart. Because here's what couples really care about. They want their guests to be comfortable. They want the experience to be joyful. They want their wedding to feel special and simple, and they want to feel like they're getting value for what they're spending. And I think all-inclusive resorts deliver on all of that, because when your guests are lounging by the pool, sipping a frozen coconut mojito, joking with your college friends, meeting with your cousins, doing water aerobics, or wandering off to the spa, they are making memories, not just at your wedding, but with each other. And that's how strangers become family. And I've seen it so many times. Those guests start planning their next reunion before the wedding is even over. And then there's food. Do you know how hard it is to accommodate a dozen food preferences at a local venue? I'm sure you do. At an all-inclusive resort, everyone can eat what they want and when they want. French one night, Italian the next, a casual poolside lunch, then a fine dining tasting menu. They could try something new or stick with comfort food. Even picky kids, vegans, gluten-free guests, they're all taken care of. And for the couple, the personalization is next level. There's a couple who gave out hand-painted blue and white shot glasses as escort cards, like their table card, and then the resort matched the dinnerware to their color scheme. The dance floor echoed the same pattern, and it all came together in a way that was so stunning and so them. You can have churro carts, robot shot guys, custom cocktails, an all-female mariachi band, fireworks in your wedding colors, a late night taco cart, my personal fave, and rose petal turn down service. I've even had resort wedding coordinators sneak the bride's bouquet back to their suite and place it in a vase just to surprise her. This is the stuff that couples remember, and this is the stuff guests never stop talking about. Listen, all-inclusive doesn't mean everything is free. You're still paying for your wedding. Your guests are covering their rooms, and you're hosting private events, which means private bars, customized menus, service staff, the whole deal. But what makes it worth it is the value. You're not getting nickel and dimed. There's no endless add-on lists or surprise fees, especially when you're working with me. There's transparency, and there are perks that most couples don't even know about until someone points them out. Spoiler alert, that's exactly what the next episode's about. Because when you choose the right resort with the right room block, with the right group perks, you can save thousands. And you could still have a wedding that looks like it came straight from your Pinterest board. So yes, I had a beautiful destination wedding in Hawaii, but now I help couples plan all-inclusive weddings in Mexico because I've seen what's possible. I've lived both sides, and I know that when your guests are truly cared for, when they're fed, relaxed, welcomed, and free to enjoy themselves, you get to be more present. And that changes everything. If this is sounding like your kind of wedding, I want you to download my free destination wedding workbook below. It's going to walk you through guest count planning, venue types, budget breakdowns, and more. It's the exact process I use with every couple I work with, and I'll help you get started with confidence. In the next video, I'm sharing one of my go-to hidden perks, something that saved one of my clients thousands of dollars, and most couples would never think to ask. Resorts have layers most people never see, but I do. So I want you to hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!